I'm going to put you in the shoes of Brett Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner. You are Brett Yormark. I'm not asking you to be Ari Wasserman and what you think is most fun or what you'd like to see the most.
Big 12 commissioner hat.
Yeah. If you're Brett Yormark and I come to you with this deal that lets you get 2 teams in every year guaranteed, you taking it?
Yes.
That's what I think too. Jim Phillips in the ACC, I don't know if you're as fired up about taking that. But you probably take it.
I think if the system stayed the same, the years in which the Big 12 gets 2 teams in would be far fewer than getting 2 in.
The ACC. Yeah. Well, and the other thing is,
I'm saying the Big 12, like you take that deal because you're probably going to end up with 1 most years.
Correct. 2 every year. The math's going to work out in your favor
over the long term. Right.
Yep.
I'm in that picture.
Dave's here correcting my numbers. 442211. That's right. I was leaving out the extra 1. Yes, 442211. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, part of this, like the SEC and the Big Ten don't have to get everybody on board, but it's in their best interests to throw some bones at these guys, so they are happy.
Yeah. And also, too, as, you know, the defender of the little guy who's me now, I want everybody's conference to be included. I want the G5 to feel like they've got a piece of the pie. If you have, like, this, I guess it's like one thing, too, of like, that we have to consider that we didn't talk about, which is like keeping the Big 12 race engaging and fun. Like, if you have 2 teams in the Big 12 who automatically qualify, think about how much fun. It was already a blast this year watching Big 12 football. But like if you would have had 2 teams who got in, then this would have also created an opportunity for Iowa State to have a moment that it's never had in program history. And it would have had Colorado, BYU, and Baylor even not chomping on the bit there at the end of like, hey, could we sneak into number 2? So and like all their games are crazy Sunday night games that they play sometimes, and the Big 12 is the most entertaining football we get in terms of like grab ass, right? Like, it's amazing.
Well, and here's the thing. We didn't get to this before, but we should talk about this again. If you saw the episode with Joel Klatt, you already know about this. But if you didn't see that, what he suggested, which is also what Tony Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner, suggested, is for the Big 12 and the ACC, if you have these auto bids, if you have these 2 auto bids in each league, instead of a conference championship game, you have 2 games on championship Saturday. Number 1 versus number 4, and number 2 versus number 3, and the winners go to the playoffs. So for last year, that would have been Arizona State, Colorado, and Iowa State, BYU.
That'd be fun.
I would watch the hell out of that.
I mean, it would be really refreshing in the new system to actually have games where the results matter outside of the playoff. So that would be nice. I also
It'd just be another round of the playoff is essentially what it would be.
It'd be an extra round of the playoff, but then at the same time, too, you'd have more teams engaged at the end of the year. I think I could get on board with that.
When it comes to making the best hamburgers around, the basics matter. And Wendy's, well, they've got those burger basics on lock. And boy, does it show. So what's the secret to all those hot and juicy hamburgers? Simple. Wendy's always crafts their burgers with that fresh, never frozen beef they're famous for. The result, hot and juicy, beefy hamburger perfection every single time. No matter which burger you order, Baconator, single, double, you name it. You already know that thanks to those Wendy's Burger Basics, it's going to be exactly what you were craving. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Not available in Hawaii. Get to Wendy's. Get a fresh burger today. I think that'd be fun. There's a version of that you can do in the Big Ten and the SEC as well. I don't think you have to if their champs are getting buys.
I mean, the problem with it is that like when you look at the Big Ten and the SEC, the way that he set it up, winner of 3 versus 6 and winner of 4 versus 5 go. Like the distinction between being the 6th best team and the 3rd best team in the SEC, which is usually a pretty huge distinction.
Not anymore.
Is basically nothing. Like all you have to do is finish 6th.
Yeah, we're looking at the conference thing. So we have the top 8 up. We don't have LSU listed. They were also 5-3 SEC play.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is last year's SEC schedule the way that it went, like what you think is going to be normal now? Do you think it's just going to be 9 teams clustered, or do you think that was a weird year?
Well, especially if it goes 9 conference games, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think that would be entertaining.
So if you're the Big 12, you would take the deal, and you do the 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 championship week. Like that's a fun, like one of the games is Friday night, one of the games Saturday.
But how do you determine who's the conference champion in this one? Who the regular season standing?
The 1 seed. You just have a regular season champ, like basketball has, like a regular season champ.
I think people would go absolutely bananas if the conference champion lost to the 4 seed in the first round, which would happen in the Big 12 all the time, I think.
Exactly. It's a bit thief situation. It's just like the basketball tournament. Like you have the team that goes through the season and is 26-6, and they were 15-1 in conference play, and they just get knocked out in the semifinals of their conference tournament. It's like, oh well.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
So,
that'd be some crazy stuff there.
But you're right. If it, and the Big 12 at the top, because you mentioned BYU, like shouldn't BYU have been more of a talking point? BYU absolutely could have made the playoff in that scenario.
Yeah.
They could have won that one game and made the playoff.
Absolutely. Colorado could have made the playoff.
Colorado, Arizona State with a playoff berth on the line would have been a blast to watch.
Yeah.
So if that's the way it goes, that would be a way to add some more fun to it. So thank you to Joel Klatt and also to Tony Petiti, because I know you've been pushing it too. I think that would be a fun way to do it. But we'll see what they decide. The SEC and the Big Ten ADs are going to get together. They'll come up with some ideas. Those ideas will get presented to the other commissioners, and probably in a way that's like, here's what we're going to do. Feel free to sign on or not. And that's how things are going to go in 2026. So,
yep.
I don't know if we've solved anything, Ari. We probably didn't, but hopefully now you understand a little better what's going on this week.
I think it's a fun show, and it's always fun to theorize about the future. Super excited to see what starts trickling out of these meetings and what seems to be a likely landing point. But just keep it crazy, man. Just keep college football crazy, please. Keep it dysfunctional, please.
It's like the keep Austin weird t-shirts.
Yeah, right. Just keep college football weird.